FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
We actually have an issue right now in Korea. Korea has a law. Its translation is sort of like an act to promote information and telecommunication networks. And one provision of that law is that if you have a service that is essentially a bulletin board that permits the uploading of user-generated content, and you reach a threshold audience of 100,000 users per day, then you must actually require every user who uploads to verify their identity by putting in their real name and their national ID number. So Korea is uniquely, at least in my experience with other countries, uniquely set up to do this because they actually have databases of national ID numbers and companies that are kind of like Experian that are used as the verification entity to do it. The way that it actually acts, it is enforced by an agency called the Korean Communications Commission. They, on a yearly basis, will identify countries that must comply with that law. And this past year, early in 2009, they identified kr.youtube.com as one of the sites that they believe needed to start to real name verify the users. My company wrestled with that quite a bit, and the reason is this. In our experience with YouTube, we have seen it used for a wide range of things, like watching your cat play piano, that's one, but also for real and meaningful political speech. We have a lot of programs where human rights organizations actually have their own channel. Some of you may have seen the role that YouTube played in the presidential elections here in the United States. We actually do that in many other countries as well. Because we view YouTube as such an important platform for both social and political speech, and because we think that anonymity in having that speech is a fundamental element of being able to express yourself, we were really uncomfortable with the notion of real name verification. So rather than implementing a system of verifying our users, we decided to withdraw the functionality for uploading and commenting on the kr.youtube.com site. That didn't make the government very happy. And what really didn't make them happy is that users can actually upload on any other subdomain. So you can still go to youtube.com or FR.youtube.com and upload your content. You just can't do it on the specific KR subdomain. We're going to be in some rough discussions, I think, with the Korean government over the next several months because of that decision. I continue to believe that was the right decision for us. But this is where things like the human rights groups and the socially responsible investors come into play, because it's possible, and we can't really know, that our action will push the regulators in the wrong direction, right? We've now told them we don't like their law. Does that mean that they'll come back and say, all right, it should apply to all of YouTube.com. You should do this for the world? That is a possibility. That's actually what Turkey decided to do, and they've been blocking YouTube for, by tomorrow, it will be 1 year. It could be that they tell us to start IP filtering for Korea. And those would be bad. At a policy level, those would be the wrong way to push the infrastructure of the internet. So it's really important for groups other than companies to tell those governments that the right direction would be the narrowest possible implementation of their law.